Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be talking about episode 4 of the Dalek Invasion of Earth. This is where it really starts to kind of drag a bit. Now, I've always heard the Dalek Invasion of Earth is a bit too long and that it drags perhaps in the middle. I've heard things like that a lot over the years. Again, my first time watching the story. And I really enjoyed the first 3 parts, but part 4, I feel the padding, the filler in. First off, and very importantly, Hartnell's obviously not in this episode. It's very blatantly obvious that he is not here. I mean, the Doctor passes out right at the beginning, very similar to the 10th planet. I mean, you see him briefly right when it shows the beginning of the ending of part 3 at the beginning of part 4, when that's doing that little whatever they call it when you see the last few seconds of the previous episode. But then when it actually cuts to the new episode, you just see the first Doctor and he just passes out. It's very obviously not Hartnell, the way it's shot from the back. So I don't know if he was ill or if he was on holiday or what it was, but he's obviously not there. We never see him throughout the story. I remember when it actually gets to the point where the one guy's talking with Susan and David, and he's like, I found the Doctor, come on, he's up here. I'm like, okay, I want to see if they actually see him, or if they're just saying that, to get to the next episode, and they'll meet him in the next episode. And that's what happens. We didn't actually see him meet up with the Doctor, so he's obviously not there. This is one of the issues I have with the 10th planet, one of the reasons why I don't like the 10th planet as much as everyone else does. I love the first 2 episodes of the 10th planet, but episode 3 really pulls it down, and of course episode 4 being animated doesn't help either. I really feel Hartnell not being here for the whole story, and it's obvious they're doing a workaround. Susan is very irksome in this episode. My goodness, is she? The bit at the beginning when they're trying to disarm the bomb, and she's like, David! And I'm just like, and then the whole bit when she's on the ladder, she like gets on the ladder and it breaks, and she's, oh my god! And then there's the alligators below her, which look like little baby alligators. They do look like little tiny, like, baby alligators. And she's over there, and I'm sitting there going, Susan. It's Susan. Right when she gets on the ladder and the ladder starts to break, I'm like, yep, that's Susan. That's Susan, all right. You kind of figured maybe it being her last story. Sometimes companions on their last story, they get a lot of really good screen time. They do a lot of really good stuff. They have a lot of really good moments. Susan's just being Susan. Oh, man. I'm sitting there the whole time just like... it doesn't really do much to advance the plot, really. I mean, we do see Ian and the guy with Ian kind of interacting. They meet the one guy who kind of leads the work details and how they trick the Robo-Man into thinking they're part of the work crew. That's pretty interesting. I kind of like the way they do the Robo-Men, kind of like Cybermen. The Robo-Men are kind of like proto-Cybermen. It's pretty neat, actually, with the helmets. I like that idea. William Russell's really good in this. I like when he's confronting the one guy who smuggles in the food, and, well, I do this for precious metals, and yeah, well, I don't have any of that, but I still need to go, William Russell's really good in that scene. I really was impressed with his performance right there. He wasn't having any of it. Ian wasn't having it. He's like, look, I don't have any of that, but I still need you to take me to... I like that. You can tell he wasn't going to take no for an answer. I like the little creature that shows up. That kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. You could hear it. It's a pretty neat little sound it was making. It is a bit chilling, I liked it. And then the creature itself is all right. I mean, it's obviously not the best made costume, what you can see of it, the way the hand reaches out and grabs. But I like the little creature because I can't, if somebody asks me, what's it look like? I'm like, that's a great Doctor Who villain. If I can't sit here and go, well, it's a giant rhinoceros on 2 legs, I like the fact, one of my problems with Modern Who is so many of the aliens in Modern Who are Earth animals, but bigger and maybe on 2 legs. That gets really irksome to me, one of my criticisms of Modern Who. So I like that this thing, I can't tell you from the look, is it a plant or an animal? It's an interesting design, and we only see a minimal amount of it, at least here at the closing of episode 4. I like that. And I like the fact that one guy shot it, didn't seem to do much. It just grabbed him and got him, I guess ate him. So I like that. I like unique designs to where if you were like, well, tell me what it looks like. I'm like, So I enjoyed that. The little scene when Barbara and the other woman with her try to get away in the town and the Daleks spot them and shoot their little death ray down and blow up the cars they duck out. That was pretty neat. That reminded me of something from an old movie from back then, but I can't remember which movie it is. But I'm curious what's happening with them because I think that's the last we see of Barbara in the story is her ducking out of the car with the other woman. It's nice seeing everybody split up and kind of doing their own thing. You know, the doctor, of course, being unconscious. Susan doing her thing with David and kind of watching their affection for each other slowly growing. Barbara's got her thing going on. Ian's got his thing going on. Again, the episode is kind of filler in my opinion. It doesn't really advance the plot much, but it is kind of nice to see what each of them are up to individually. So yeah, I think this is the weakest of all of the 4 episodes I've seen so far. It does feel more like filler where the others haven't. But I still enjoyed it. It's just the lack of Hartnell being there is like the elephant in the room to me. I can't kind of get past that. But I mean, if he was sick, he was sick. If he was on holiday, he was on holiday. That's a heck of a filming schedule they had on those 60 seasons, so I get it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Dalek Invasion of Earth, Part 4. The End of Tomorrow or something like that, I think might have been what it was called. I forget. Anyway, I'd like to know what you think of this episode, so comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon if you would like to contribute to that. There is a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a special shout out to the 5th Doctor and Stephen Crane. I appreciate their continued support, just as I appreciate the support of all of my patrons like Alice and Trevor and Michael. All of you, I appreciate every single person. Of course, Flyattractor, who's been one of my oldest supporters. I appreciate all of you. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything Doctor Who related you would like to send me. Much like this was. One of my subscribers, Adrian, actually sent me this copy of Dalek Invasion of Earth so I could see it for the first time. I really appreciate that, Adrian. So if there's anything you would like to send me, my P.O. box is down in the description, as is a link to my Amazon wish list as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.